Ever wonder why Warren Buffett, the Oracle of Omaha, is so critical of Bitcoin? Let's delve into that today. Warren Buffett, a titan of the investment world known for his uncanny ability to predict market trends and make sound investments, has been surprisingly dismissive of Bitcoin. He's gone as far as to label it rat poison squared and likened it to gambling. Quite a statement, wouldn't you say? Buffett's main argument against Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies in general is that they do not have any inherent value. He sees them as speculative assets, not dissimilar to betting on a horse race. For someone who's made a fortune investing in companies with strong fundamentals and real-world value, this perspective isn't entirely surprising. The Oracle of Omaha believes in investing in businesses that produce goods and services, generate profits, and increase in value over time. Bitcoin, in his eyes, doesn't tick these boxes. It doesn't produce anything, doesn't pay dividends or interest, and its value is highly volatile. Furthermore, there's another intriguing angle to consider. As a major shareholder in traditional financial institutions, Buffett could potentially see Bitcoin as a threat to his investments. Could this be influencing his stance on Bitcoin? In the end, it's essential to take a critical look at Warren Buffett's views, just as we would with any other investment advice. His words carry weight, but that doesn't mean they're gospel. It's always wise to do your own research, understand the risks, and make informed decisions. So that's Buffett's perspective. Bitcoin is a risky gamble, not a solid investment. But is there more to the story? But how much does Buffett really understand about Bitcoin? This is a question that has been making rounds in the crypto community. You see, Buffett's investment philosophy has always been about understanding the business behind the stock. He believes in investing in businesses he understands and can predict how they will fare in the future. This philosophy has served him well in his investment career, but it may also be limiting him in understanding and appreciating new financial technologies like Bitcoin. Furthermore, Buffett's skepticism towards Bitcoin seems to be rooted in his belief that it lacks intrinsic value. But what defines intrinsic value? For many, Bitcoin's value lies in its decentralized nature, its finite supply, and its potential to act as a hedge against inflation. Just because these aspects do not align with Buffett's traditional understanding of value, does it mean they are insignificant? It's worth noting that many experts, including Nobel laureates in economics, have struggled to fully understand Bitcoin. It's a complex and relatively new technology. Could there be a hidden reason behind Buffett's Bitcoin critique? Let's take a step back and consider the wider picture. Warren Buffett, a titan of traditional finance, has a vast array of investments in banks and financial institutions. As such, his wealth and success are interwoven with the success of these institutions. Now consider the rise of Bitcoin, a decentralized currency that stands to disrupt traditional banking. Could it be that Buffett sees Bitcoin as a threat to the financial world he's so deeply invested in? It's not an unreasonable theory. After all, Bitcoin's decentralized nature challenges the very foundations of traditional banking. It bypasses banks, cuts out the middleman, and provides a new, potentially more efficient way of transferring money. For banks and financial institutions, this could mean a loss of control and a significant drop in revenue. And, as a major shareholder in these institutions, Buffett could suffer too. Now, we're not saying that this is definitely the case. Buffett is, after all, a seasoned investor with a reputation for thoughtful analysis and a cautious approach to new trends. It's entirely possible that his critique of Bitcoin is based solely on his understanding of the asset and its potential risks. However, it's also important to remember that Buffett has admitted to not fully understanding Bitcoin. This raises questions about the validity of his critique. If you don't fully understand something, can you accurately assess its value and potential risks? In the end, it's essential to consider all possible motives behind Buffett's critique. His words carry significant weight in the world of finance, but they should not be taken as gospel. Always remember to do your own research, question the source, and consider all perspectives. So, could Buffett's criticism be more about self-preservation than genuine concern? Well, we'll leave that for you to decide. But what does the crypto community have to say about Buffett's critique? The crypto community has been vocal in their responses to Warren Buffett's criticisms. They argue that Buffett's critique is not only misguided, but also hypocritical. Let's explore this a bit further. Many crypto enthusiasts have pointed out that Buffett's lack of understanding of Bitcoin and blockchain technology undermines his criticisms. They believe that his perspective is limited by a traditional finance mindset that fails to grasp the disruptive potential of these innovative technologies. In fact, some have said that Buffett's critique is akin to dismissing the internet in the early 90s. They argue that just as the internet revolutionized communication and information exchange, Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies could transform the financial landscape. Another point of contention is Buffett's assertion that Bitcoin has no intrinsic value. Crypto advocates argue that Bitcoin's value lies in its decentralized nature and its potential to offer financial services to those who have been excluded from the traditional banking system. They emphasize that Bitcoin is not just a speculative asset, but a tool for financial freedom and inclusion. This argument directly counters Buffett's comparison of Bitcoin to gambling. Moreover, many in the crypto community have called out Buffett's hypocrisy. They point out that Buffett, who is a major shareholder in banks and financial institutions, stands to lose if Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies gain mainstream acceptance. They suggest that Buffett's criticisms may be influenced by his vested interest in maintaining the status quo in the financial sector. In essence, the crypto community believes that Buffett's critique of Bitcoin is based on a lack of understanding and potentially biased by his investment interests. They urge those interested in Bitcoin to do their own research, explore different perspectives, and make informed decisions rather than merely accepting the views of traditional finance moguls. Clearly, the crypto community has a very different view of Bitcoin's potential. So, what's the truth about Warren Buffett's Bitcoin critique? Let's take a moment to reflect on what we've discovered. Warren Buffett, the esteemed Oracle of Omaha, has never shied away from expressing his skepticism about Bitcoin. His criticisms range from calling it rat poison squared to drawing parallels with gambling, underscoring his belief that Bitcoin lacks intrinsic value and is simply a speculative asset. However, it's crucial to recognize that Buffett's understanding of Bitcoin is somewhat limited. He himself has admitted to not fully grasping the intricacies of this digital currency. This raises a question: can a critique be wholly valid if it stems from a place of limited understanding? Furthermore, Buffett's critique could potentially be biased. As a significant shareholder in traditional financial institutions and banks, the rise of Bitcoin and the disruption it brings to the financial world could be perceived as a threat to his investments. But remember, this is not an indictment of Buffett or his vast wealth of knowledge in traditional finance. His views have shaped the investment world for decades and will continue to do so. However, in the realm of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, it seems there might be a blind spot. The crypto community has responded to Buffett's criticisms with their own arguments, highlighting the potential of Bitcoin as a hedge against inflation and its increasing adoption worldwide. They suggest that Buffett's critique is a symptom of the old guard's resistance to new financial systems. So when you next hear Warren Buffett's Bitcoin critique, or anyone else's for that matter, take a moment to pause and reflect. Consider the source, their understanding of the topic, and their potential biases. Research, question, and make your own informed decisions. Cryptocurrencies, like any investment, come with their own set of risks and rewards. It's up to you to weigh them and decide where your financial future lies.